Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Jurassic Park Amber Collection Dilophosaurus. Before I get into this video, I just want to quickly say, this might be my last Jurassic Park video for a while. Maybe not a while, but like at least until I get something new, which honestly that could very well happen, to be honest. I'm not quitting at all. I wouldn't dream about quitting YouTube. I love doing it. I love making the reviews and uploading them, of course, but I think as far as things to review, I'm pretty much running out. But yeah, again, if I get something new, I'm definitely going to be sure to make a video about it. But again, just like with my Godzilla videos, I know there's a point in time where I was in hiatus as far as Godzilla videos went. It's going to be the same for my Jurassic Park videos because, I'm pretty much out of things to review. So yeah, I do have some Godzilla things I'm going to review, but I think at the moment, this might be my last Jurassic Park video for a while. So yeah. Anyway, before we take a look at the Dilophosaurus, we'll take a quick look at the accessories, starting with the amber base. And I've talked about this plenty of times before, and I'm going to say it again. I don't like this amber base at all. If it was like mud or like a stone or something, it'd look very nice, but yeah, I'm just not a big fan of this. But we have the Jurassic Park logo here. The detailing and sculpting is really nice, but again, if it was like gray or looked more like a rock, I feel like this would, work very well. And of course, the Dilophosaurus has a hole in its stomach, so thankfully it's not on its butt anymore. And what you want to do, you just want to plug that in right here, and you could pose it any way you want. There's a hinge here, or that just came off. But yeah, there's a hinge here, and a hinge here. Some ratchet joints, actually. So yeah, just plug that in. I don't know why, mine is just kind of weird, but I think it's more secure now. I hope. So, yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Now this is actually a pretty cool accessory. The frill here. The painting on it is very nice. I don't really get these black spots. I don't remember them being on the actual Stan Winston model, but I could be very wrong. But yeah, a lot of nice yellows and reds and whatnot. And a little bit of green on the very edges right here, which does look very nice. And if you want to get that on, it's very simple. All you gotta do is pop the head off. Very simple. And just make sure that, this bit right here is, going downwards. Plug that in, like so. And then plug the head in. Just adjust the frill a little. And there you go. The Dilophosaurus is now, about to spit at you. And let's complete this look with, the spitting accessory. For some reason, it's green. I don't know why they made it green, because in the movie it was black, but whatever. Green works too, I guess, and it's kind of weird. Hold on one second. So, for Nedry here, we can see it's not really green here. Like I said, it's this, just this poop brown, but yeah, what's actually on his face is a lot different looking than what's actually coming out of the Dilophosaurus, so yeah, again, it would be a lot better if at least if it at least matched this, it would look better. Or even just black, that would look nice, but again, it's green and I don't really get that, but that's whatever. So, yeah. But anyway, very simple. Just make sure the end right here, you just plug that into a hole in its mouth. And there you go, the Dilophosaurus is now spinning. And admittedly, that does look pretty cool, though it would look a little cooler if it was black, but again, I know I said that before, but that's just me. So you can just take that off. And then just pop off the head. I'm not going to leave the frill on, because I feel like it's just a lot easier for it to stand without it. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for that. Now for the last accessory, which is cool, though admittedly I feel it could look a little nicer if it came with Nedry. Or at least make a little more sense. But anyway, we have the E-Stock sign, which looks nice. The painting on it is pretty nice. Everything is just pretty nicely printed on here. E-Stock right there, and Isla Nublar itself. Of course, this can spin, which is a really nice touch. And the mud here is actually painted pretty nicely. It's simple, it's just brown with a glossy finish, but again, I like this a lot more than this. And I feel like if this was brown too, this would look a lot nicer. If these matched, that would look better. Having this next to this just looks kind of weird if you're going to have it displayed like that, but that's just me. Again, very cool. It would have made a little more sense if it came with Nedry, but I digress. Still cool nonetheless. So, yeah. Anyway, now for the Dilophosaurus itself. And first, we'll take a look at the painting here. And the painting on this figure, for the most part, is pretty good. There is one thing that I find very weird, but we'll talk about that when we talk about that. So, yeah. Anyway, going to the head of the Dilophosaurus, we can see the traditional, it's a very dark shade of green with like some white highlights, which does look very nice. And like most of the body is the traditional green, which looks great. The inside of the mouth is painted a glossy pink with some sort of like a bonish whitish color. The eyes here are painted orange with black pupils. And the closed up frill right here is painted a lighter shade of green with a little bit of red in the front right there. On the back, we have some more of this darkish greenish color, which looks nice, and some white highlights, which does look nice. Underneath the figure, of course, we have a brighter shade of green. The claws here are painted brown, but like the actual like nails are painted a grayish color, which is nice. As well as the feet here, the toenails here are painted gray, and we do have some brown for the tops of the feet here, which does look very nice. And then we get to the tail. Now, at first I thought mine just came weird in the packaging, because when I looked at my unboxing video, I saw that like the tail was straight up like, it was more like this. And at first I just thought they messed up. So I straightened it out, and like there was something that still looked kind of weird to me. And then I looked at the detailing here, and if you move the tail like downwards a little, you can see that like the detailing here lines up with this. So they just painted it like very crookedly. And sure, you could just like move it like that, but like then that just looks weird. So it's like, I doubt it was intentional, but like it's still like kind of, you know, not really cool that it happened, but I digress. And for some reason we have like numbers on its butt right here, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, I mean, for the factory, like, you know, production, I guess, I understand, but like, look at Nedry, like, I didn't notice this until, like, I actually watched back the review, but like, on the inside here, like, yeah, there are some numbers, but like, it's inside his jacket, so you're not really gonna see it unless you, like, actually look for it, so, yeah, it's there, but then, like, here, it's just, like, straight up, like, there's no, like, hiding it. If it was like underneath the tail or something like that, or just like underneath, not like on the actual side of the figure where like everyone can see it, like, I don't like that at all. But yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the paint. Other than the numbers here and the messed up tail, the painting on this figure, for the most part, does look very nice. So the painting on this figure, I'd say gets 3/4 of a pass. So the painting here gets 3/4 of a pass. Now we'll take a look at the articulation, and the articulation on this figure is also pretty good. So we have a ball joint at the base of the head here. The mouth can open and close. Ball joint at the base of the neck here. The arms can move outwards like so. There is a bend at the elbow and a bend at the wrist. And everything here can swivel. So if you want to have a scientifically accurate Dilophosaurus, well, there you go. The legs here can move about forwards that much and backwards about that much. The legs can spread a little bit as well, not too much, but they can spread a little bit. There's a bend at the knee here. Articulation here. I still don't know what this is. I probably look like a real idiot right now, but I really don't know what this like joint is called, like on dinosaurs, but I digress. The ankles here can move downwards like so, and just like with the arms, everything here is on a swivel. And now for the tail. We have a ball joint here and a bendy wire. I talked about this before. I am not the biggest fan of bendy wires, and yeah, it just like, it's kind of upsetting. I was hoping this wouldn't have a bendy wire for the tail, but you know, whatever. I feel like if it was articulated, it'd look a little nicer, but if the bendy wire snaps and like, that's it. You know, there's no like fixing it or anything like that. You're just like, you're done. Sorry, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. So yeah, not really a big fan of the bendy wire tail, but yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the articulation here. And the articulation on this figure is good, with the exception of the bendy wire tail. Also, the ball joint here is very loose. So like, yeah, if it was a little tight, a little tighter, I feel like it'd be a little nicer, but Other than that, you know, the articulation here is still pretty good. So the articulation on this figure, I'd say gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpting on this figure is pretty much perfect. This looks exactly like the Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park, and I do really like that. The sculpting, everything, like, just this looks spot on. And in my review for the Amber Collection Velociraptor, I said that this looked very spot on as well. I was actually wrong. Actually, looking at this like further, this isn't actually based off of the raptor from Jurassic Park. This is actually based on the raptors from Jurassic World, because as you can see, there's like the scales on the back of the neck here, and the more like different shaped snout. So, yeah. So this isn't accurate to Jurassic Park, but it is accurate to Jurassic World. So, yeah, but here, this looks exactly like Stan Winston's model. It looks great. So, yeah. And even the frill here, the sculpting here looks very nice and very spot on. So, the sculpting on this figure is great. So the sculpting definitely gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the detailing, and the detailing on this figure is also very good. So, as we can see here, the detailing in the head is detailed very nicely. All of the little scales and bumps and creases and everything detailed very nicely, very well defined. And that detailing continues through the neck, which looks great. The detailing for the frill here, again, is detailed very nicely, very well defined. All the creases look great. We have a little bit of a rib cage, which I feel like the animal might be a little starving, but it's whatever. But yeah, the detailing for the arms also look great. All the scaling and like musculature and everything. There's like a screw here, and I guess they sort of covered that up, but yeah, it's there. Again, all the creasing throughout the body and just like cracks and everything. Just everything looks great. For the leg, we have a very nice bit of musculature. The calves are detailed very nicely, and yeah, everything here is detailed very nicely. And going to the tail here, again, all the creasing and like musculature and everything, very nicely defined. Everything here looks great. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the detailing on this figure. And the detailing on this figure is very good, so the detailing gets a pass. So, at the end of the day, should you get this? This is a great figure, so, like, there are some things I don't like about it, sure, but this is a great figure, so, like, if you do want this, then I'd say definitely go for it. It's only like 30 bucks. However, this might be the last Amber Collection figure I get, because I'm not saying you should do this too, but the Amber Collection, it doesn't really interest me at all, and to me, like, I just don't really like what it stands for, because, like, the quality on this thing, like, the loose tail and, like, the paint app on the tail, like, it's very, like, high quality. It's not, like, the highest quality, but, like, it's still, like, really good quality, like, for the most part, the painting, the sculpting, everything. But then, like, you have the main line, where, like, I get this is supposed to be, like, a basic figure, and I'm not asking for, like, Da Vinci work here, but, like, something a little nicer, like, you know, look at the teeth here. Like, they're not really painted all the way, if my camera can focus. I don't know if you can see that or not, but, like, in person, like, the teeth are not painted all the way. But here, like, the teeth are painted very cleanly and, you know, very nice. Like, the painting here looks great, but, like, the painting here is just, yeah, and even, like, the eyes here, I think it's this, yeah. The eye here is, like, above where it's supposed to be. You don't get that here. And I've heard some reports of, like, some quality control issues here, but, like with the main line, there's, like, a lot more. So, I feel like, you know, I just don't like what they stand for. Like, they're giving more, like, quality control and, like, just, like, more care for this line rather than, like, the basic line. And I don't really like that. I don't see why, like, you know, the main line can't get, like, not just as much. Like, I know there are some things here that, like, are very high quality, I guess, but, like, you know, better than this, because, like, this is the mainline Dilophosaurus, and it's kind of boring. I'm not a fan of this. So, like, the fact that, like, you know, this is a much better quality, like, this is a better figure, but, like, yeah. And I just think the scaling here is better, and just, yeah. So, I personally will not be getting any of the Amber Collection figures. I guess you could call it boycotting, but, yeah, I'm done with the Amber Collection. I'm not saying you shouldn't. If these figures do interest you, like, absolutely go for it, but as far as I'm concerned, I think I'm kind of done with the Amber Collection. And, like, these are cool as, like, a one-off thing, but sure enough, like, at one point, like, earlier on, it was leaked that we're supposed to be getting, like, 17 Amber Collection figures, which is kind of nuts, and I can assure you that I will not be getting any of them. Whether it be Alan Grant or Ellie Sattler or John Hammond, whoever, I will not be getting it because I just don't like the Amber collection. But again, this is a good figure, so if you do want it, like, definitely go for it. You know, don't let me, like, you know, tell you not to, because this is, like, once again, a good figure, but I'm just saying, like, as far as I'm concerned, I won't be buying any more of these. So, yeah. Anywhere. Here, you know, here it is next to the Velociraptor, and we can just stand you up just straight real quick. And I feel like the Raptor was a lot bigger in the movie, but either way, that isn't terrible scaling at all. So that's that. Here is Dennis Nedry. And I feel like the Dilophosaurus should be just a little smaller, because in the movie, like, maybe like that, maybe? Something like that I feel like would work a little better, but honestly, the scaling between these two still works very well, and I do like it. So, yeah, scaling between Nedry is good. Because I have it here, here is the Legacy Collection Attack Pack Dilophosaurus, which they're not to be in scale, but maybe you could say this is like a younger one or something. I don't know. But there's that. Here is some hand sanitizer. And here is Dr. Billy Grant. Right there. Alright. Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zack out.